leg riders.
Yeah. Or Crivelli. Yeah, Crivelli.
Yeah, and you always know who they are too. There was
Yep.
one at Black Canyon, and his name I can't think of it, but he was the worst, man. He was Commander Leg Rider. One day I was just joking around, and he had a hat on that I liked from the street. I'm like, hey man, let me get that hat. And he's like, are you kidding? I could write you up for that, man. I'm like, dude, take a deep breath. He's like, you're trying to compromise staff. I was like, holy hell, brother. Back off,
yeah,
you'll be
dude,
all right.
I know those dudes. Yeah.
Just a little
Yeah.
too gung ho. Just a little too gung. But it's nice when you get one that's cool, like the fact that this dude had the respect for you. But that's gonna play. Let's hear the rest of it. I should shut up.
All right. Dude, I didn't even think about that. That's crazy. What else?
And I'll tell you, since you're probably looking for stuff that is bombshell and people haven't heard.
Yeah, I kind of am. Yeah.
The stuff that is in that notebook.
Yeah.
Is far worse than is being reported. I know that they keep talking about him having an escape plan, but what's really in that book is him talking about how he is going to manipulate each of those witnesses.
Oh wow!
Witnesses, yeah, it was a game plan for he and the people on the street that he must be working with for how they were going to try to reach out to all of these witnesses. And this is why I think that they're freaking out so bad about it. They need to make sure, that's a big deal. It's way worse than is being reported. I promise you that.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Did anyone get in trouble for that? For taking those pictures or anything like that?
This is a policy within MDC and probably every other facility in the country, really. This is done all of the time. We take pictures of stuff that we find so that if it's not something that's immediately threatening the security of the institution where we have to take action, then we want to see if this develops. And of course, as you probably know, he was using multiple other people's PAC numbers. And you know what that means. But all of those are recorded. Yeah, all of those are recorded. And
Jasper. This one's worth stopping because on this channel we speculated on what PAC meant, and we were wrong. So it's the Program Assignment Center. That 9-digit number that you get the day you walk in is in tandem with your identification number, and the two of them together allows you to do virtually everything that you have to do within the BOP. You're going to identify who you are. It's like a password, for lack of an easier way to think about it. It's a password for every single thing that you do, whether you're making a phone call, whether you're going to medical, whatever you do, that Program Assignment Center, that number is what tracks you. And if you were here the last time we had this debate, you know that I was not even close with my guess. I'm telling you, baby, I was off on that
phone access control or whatever. I don't know. I wasn't here.
Yeah, I went with phone something. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm gonna start it. Okay, you're welcome.
They're recorded. Yeah, all of those are recorded, and those were in furtherance of what he was writing in that notebook. So he was talking in there about specifically how he was going to, talk to this person or that person. And the reason he was using those other PAC lines was to actually try to intimidate these witnesses. Or buy them off. It wasn't always intimidating. It was always making an effort to influence this.
Yeah, I don't know too much about that. My buddy has a channel called The Lifeboat, and he is like the master at all this, man.
Was he at and I almost said the name of it. He was not at the same facility that we were at.
No.
Correct?
Oh,
He looks like every convict.
Yeah, no, I don't think he was. No, well, at least not at the same. You say pause it?
No, I just do look like every convict, so I'm showing everybody. If you take the hat off, it's just convict camouflage, right? For a white dude, bald head and a goatee.
All right, sorry about that.
Tattoos.
Okay.
Like every convict.
Yeah, no, I don't think he was. No, well, at least not at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah. So well, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that
too much. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, because I've only got about, I won't give you exactly because I don't want to, but let's just say that I'm within, say, a decade of my parole as well.
Yeah, that's so funny you say that because I remember you always saying that. Like, I'm right in here with you, bro. I know, I got to do my job and you got to do you, but like, this is jail for me too. And I was like, man, but you get paid, and you get to go home at night. I remember I used to always laugh with you about that, but I get it now. Atmosphere in those bars, and
They're doing
I
time.
totally get it, dude. It's like being in
Yeah.
jail. Who cares if
You may or may not believe this, but I was really excited when I came across you online.
Yeah.
Saw that you were out and that you were doing it. Most of us that work as corrections officers are rooting for the inmates, especially the ones that are solid.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I was really happy to see you. Look fantastic.
I appreciate
Looks
that.
like your family. Yeah, could not be happier about that.
Yeah, man, I super appreciate that, man. Yeah, I really do. And yeah, it's been hard. It took me a long time to get off paper. I had to come back a few times. I thought I was going back to where we were together, but they didn't. They sent me down to Texas, down to it's Big something. It always gets confused with Big Sandy. I can't remember.
Sir.
No, yeah, I wish, dude. No, Big Springs. Big Springs.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah.
They sent me down there, but they didn't let me, SIS, didn't let me hit the yard, and I had to do a captain's review. Anyways, yeah.
Speaking of SIS, once again, MDC Brooklyn has the SIS team here is probably working harder than any SIS group in the history of prison. I don't think these guys take any time off.
Yeah, dude. Did they I know they used to deputize guys, kind of as so to speak, they get a couple officers to work with SIS on investigations. I'm sure they did something like that, or just made new SAS guys. I don't know. And for the
crazy as this may be, I wouldn't be able to tell you. They really have tightened this down. All I know is
That's crazy.
There are a lot of people listening to phone calls. There's a lot of people but they have a team that is working, not just him, but there are so many high-profile cases that are coming through right now, and let's just say we are all kind of anticipating that there may be a few other big names that may be showing up here as well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing in that just like you. I don't mean I have any information, but I would be pretty surprised if we don't see some more famous names.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. That's I feel so blessed that I started my channel. I feel like I'm at the cusp, and I used to kick myself in the ass that I wasn't around for the Johnny Depp stuff. And so he had mentioned another celebrity in a different prison he was at, and I thought it was just a little too much to kind of zero in on his identity. So I just edited that out real quick.
You made a good decision because the guy that you were talking about didn't go to any other prison. The celebrity did his entire rip on 1 yard. It would really make it very easy to narrow that down. So that was probably a smart thing to do. And I didn't know that when you shared that with me the other day, but I looked it up, and that fool never got he never went anywhere else. So probably a good decision.
Oh, okay. Cool.
SIS is the inside of every prison. You have a group of people that go and investigate if somebody gets hurt, or if there's somebody in there dealing chemicals, or if there are gangs in there that are pushing up on people or extorting people. They're like the FBI for the prison yard, and they work around the clock. They really do. I remember being pulled into SIS at 3 o'clock in the morning. They never stop working, and I would imagine that it's got to be crazy how hard they're working. And for him to say, "I don't have any idea who's working or what they're doing," this is a big deal for the BOP. I think this is probably the biggest microscope that's ever been turned on the Bureau of Prisons. it's probably good for your friend too, because if they're that understaffed, at least the world's talking about it, right? At least everybody is talking about how out of understaffed they are, and that should help them.
And we just found out yesterday that the head of the Bureau of Prisons was resigned.
Correct.
Was forced to resign. Yeah.
Correct. It's been a lot of busy stuff happening since we got the new president. We're JFK, RFK, and Martin Luther King and MLK. All of those. He signed an executive order on that today, people. So I'm sure we'll be talking about that in the near future. Now let's hear the rest of this thing there, Casper.
Okay. All right. We're live right now. I know. It's weird.
He was there.
Oh, no shit. Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
I don't think it's frustrating when you hear people in interviews and they talk about how easy these folks with money have it and how their cash is allowing them to live a different lifestyle. The truth is that no matter how much money Shaun Combs has currently, it's doing absolutely nothing for his ability to live any better than any other inmate in there.
That's crazy. I was going to ask you, did they, when he went to his hearings, and for the listener too, SAS is kind of like the FBI of the BOP. They investigate stuff. And when he went, because I'm sure he got written up for using people's PAC numbers, did he lose his commissary? Do you know?
They have not done he has not gone in front of a disciplinary hearing on that stuff. Nope.
Oh my God.
I think the reason is this is going to make sense to you when I say it, but they don't want to close the investigation. So if they actually hand him up on those phone calls and do all that,
sure,
have to get all of them and hand them over to him.
Sure.
And as of now, it's just an open investigation. I don't think they want his attorneys catching all of the stuff that they've got on those tapes just yet.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that totally does make sense.
Yeah, once he gets hemmed up and charged and goes in front of a disciplinary hearing,
and I can
it's going to be on record.
Yeah, I could just hear him
Casper,
that he couldn't
pause that real quick. This is one I screwed up on, guys. When when all of the news came out about him using other people's PAC numbers, there were a lot of pundits that said he's not going to be in any trouble for that. It happens every single day. And I came on and I said he will absolutely be in trouble for this. They take these write-ups seriously, and he's going to lose good time for every one of those offenses. He's not going to be able to go to commissary. I basically everything I said I was wrong about. Now I understand why. But I'm still going to stick by it. I think that when this is over, Casper, that they'll hit him with all those. The investigation is open. They got a full year to leave it open. There's no way the BOP, as petty as they are, isn't going to hit him with all of those 300 series and 200 series shots.
Yeah.
Or do you think
absolutely.
I'm wrong?
No, I don't think you're wrong. Not at all. He's going to get somewhere and we're going to, and they'll just take his commissary, his phone away. He'll be sentenced and
and unable to make phone calls, unable to send emails. It'll only be for a month or two, but he's going to start off his sentence. There's no way they're just going to sweep that under the carpet. Even if he gets a long term, they're petty. I can't begin to put into words how petty they are. It's remarkable.
Yeah. So someone commented on there, sorry, Tommy, sorry, Sam. He's going to get found out and he's probably going to lose his pension. So him and I talked
ad nauseum
immensely before we did this, ad nauseum, exactly. Yeah. And he doesn't want to get caught. He doesn't want to lose his job, but he does feel he didn't give us any information that, like, if an inmate got out and would share, like it's all. It's kind of just validating what's already out there in a sense. Yeah, there's different theories of stuff that's out there. He's just kind of validating one theory or another. And that it's not really, he's not giving away anything security that's threatening the security of the institution.
I got no fear at all for the dude. And he's not a tool. I would imagine that, he spent a decent amount of time looking at this and, no, I don't have any fear for the dude at all. Like you said, now here's the thing. If he came out and said, hey, check this out, man. Here's a picture of Diddy on the inside. or he did something that is grotesquely crosses some boundaries. But no, I don't. I'm not fearing for the guy. But if so, we'll have to have a hell of a fundraiser, won't we?
What's that?
I said, if so, we'll have to have a hell of a fundraiser. We'll be we'll be selling T-shirts that say "Free Showville" and all Showfield and all proceeds we'll have to go to.
But here's the deal: they're not sequestered or sworn to secrecy. Right. There's nothing like that. He's just talking about his workplace
and generalities.
We're just being extra careful that
smart thing to do.
They would really have to work to do it, and they're so busy and. They're not
he's
really
also doing misinformation. And if you are playing along and you start doing the math about how long people have been out and how long he's got to retire, like he's obviously playing with numbers and he's doing some stuff. And I think it's cool to have him in there. And this has been out now for 48 hours and we've heard nothing at all to give us any reason that he's bummed out. Yep. In fact, he seemed to be happy with your initial interview. And if you want to see this without me interrupting the crap out of it, head on over to Casper's channel, and the video is there unedited, where you can just hop on there and hear it without the Tommy Showfield. Showfield. Come on, man! Put me on the biggest stage in the world and then spell my freaking name wrong. That's just bad form. Wait till my girl finds out. She'll be mocking me with that. I'll have T-shirts and things that say Showfield.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Is he breaking the rules? I mean, I would imagine that if he were handing anything over, if he was bringing anything out, this is, right. I don't think there's been bombshell stuff in this, but who knows? We're going to find out, I guess.
Yeah. And he's kind of itching to talk to me again. I don't know if it's to be recorded, but he has some stuff to tell me. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's not what I'm talking about. But yeah, look forward to it.
Oh, maybe. We'll see. All right. Here we go. And everyone else was having soups and, because I mean, I know they're just soups, but when you're in there, man, you know how we are.
I'll tell you something else. He obviously dyes his hair.
Oh, no shit. That's perfect.
He dyes his hair. He has just recently started to actually try to do some working out.
Thank you, Kala.
But he's getting gray really fast.
Excellent. So excellent. That's perfect.
Isn't it?
I can't wait to see that cartoon sketches. Yeah. Because, they'll exaggerate it,
Absolutely.
Some of that's got to be from the stress.
I wish I was.
Remember Obama? How his hair turned white?
Exactly. I was thinking the same thing.
Be able to try to put him up to,
Oh, yeah.
That would be a good time. Yeah. It's going to be a circus.
Yeah, dude, I bet. I was at Florence when El Chapo got there. I wasn't of course, the ADX, but I was at the meeting.
Did he come in by bus? Or did they bring him in by helicopter?
I mean, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. I mean, I know.
I had 2 spots I was supposed to get transferred to prior to meeting you, but I went to the other spot that we're not talking about. Yeah, that was on my list. Yeah.
I was on that yard too once.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. It was a little over political for me, but it was a medium, and they were trying to run it like a pen, and you just. The wardens aren't going to let that happen. They can try.
You want to explain that so that people know what you're talking about?
What's that?
So what Casper just said to this cop, and I'm sorry, that's probably disrespectful to this corrections officer. What Casper was saying was that the yard he was on, they were politicking as if it was a penitentiary.
Oh yeah.
But they were doing it at Federal Correction Institute. At FCI's, names, etc. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was just a meeting.